My bad, y'all. Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. And to be honest, this video does not have much of a topic. It's on relationships, sex, and the importance of the stomach and brain cells. Now, the first thing I want to tell you guys is that when scientists say that we only have access to a specific amount of our brain, this actually refers to the science of having brain cells all throughout your body. Yes, there are brain cells and fluids that can be found in the brain all throughout the body. There are fluids that are in your brain that are in your spine. There are brain cells in your heart. There are brain cells in your stomach. Okay? There are brain cells throughout your body. There's brain cells in your large, small intestines and your stomach, bro. So with this, we have to understand that the diet and the breath are very important to a healthy life. Okay, when I do rituals and I speak to the ancestors, I speak to God, specific entities and deities, I ask them to add their positive energy to my life, to my present and my future. Add positive energy. I call upon you to add this positive energy to my life, not just my money, not just my relationships, to my life in its entirety. Okay? So, we're going to go into it like this. The stomach. The proper way to breathe is by filling the lower lungs, right? From the bottom, middle to up. A lot of people breathe with their chest. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but at some point, man was reprogrammed to breathe from the top of the lungs to the middle to the bottom. And some of you guys don't even breathe to the bottom of your lungs half the time. Some of you guys, when you breathe, your chest breathes. Now, if you watch the show Cops or if you watch any reality TV, you might see when a person gets in a certain situation, you see their chest moving up, 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 up. That's not the proper way to breathe, bro. And with my mother having asthma, she taught me this from a young age. You are supposed to breathe if you want to control your heart rate, which is very important. Programming your heart and controlling your heart rate is probably the most important thing in life. Okay? Breathe through your nose slowly, expanding your stomach. And me being in band playing the alto saxophone actually enhanced my knowledge on breath and the importance of breath. So you want to breathe through your nose slowly, tilt your chin up, breathe through your nose slowly while expanding your stomach. Okay? Hold it until you can feel your heart slowing down, and then exhale through your mouth. In through your nose, out your mouth. In through your nose. And when you exhale, you want to suck your stomach in. You want to use your stomach, your ab muscles, to press your stomach in. All right, that's why they're there. Not just to protect your organs from being injured, but to control your breath. This is why I call my brand Life is in the Breath. Okay, LIB. So that's how you do it. Now you can use this to heat your body. You can use this to warm your body. If you want to warm your body, you, of course you would speed this process up. If you want to cool your body, you would want to slow this process down. Okay, while not touching anything like concrete, something that can affect your body temperature. Now, one thing I'm gonna add, a little gem I'm gonna add is there's a technique that people use in sales, a very advanced technique that people use in sales. They try to mirror a person's breathing techniques in order to build a rapport with them. Very important, okay? You want to notice things like that. You want to notice when people are mirroring your body language. Okay, so you might do something like this. If somebody does that, that means that they are making rapport with you. When people copy your body language, if you want to gauge the rapport that you have with somebody, you can start doing odd things. You start maybe rocking back and forth, doing. If they start to do that a little bit, they are interested in what you're doing or what you're saying, or you have a strong or an okay rapport with them. Boom. So another thing with this, life is in the breath, right? So we have in the Western world, we have a saying that goes, "A way to a man's heart is through his stomach." This is talking about, of course, this refers to the diet, but what this is really saying is you have to give this man a piece of your life in order to be able to make an impact on him. Okay, what is food? Food is light. Food is information. Food is energy. Okay, a lot of people think food is for taste and to survive. Yeah, but what do you need to survive? Energy, electricity. Okay, you need gas, liquids and solids. When you consume this solid, it turns into a liquid. The liquid in your stomach then turns into gas. Then it turns back into a solid. Then we put it into liquid, right? Circle of life. But at the same time, how does this relate to sex in this report? Now, this is going to get a little sexual and kind of graphic. But in the Western world, in my community, we tend to say things like "you got the guts" or "you dug her guts out" or "you got in them guts," right? But the word when every time I've ever heard that, I've never thought of a vagina as being a part of guts. You know, when you're a little kid and you start watching horror movies or things like that, you might say, "Oh, his guts were hanging out," and blah blah blah. Guts usually don't refer to anything above, the solar plexus area. Your guts are usually your stomach area, right? And then when I got a little older, of course, when you are built a specific way, a woman might say, "Oh, I can feel it in my stomach." You know what I'm saying? So when you do specific things with a woman, and she can feel that sensation in your stomach, she feels your wand inside of her stomach area. This is a place of this is a place of chaos. This is a place where all her nutrition and toxins are. Hopefully she doesn't have any toxins. We all have toxins. Somebody out here just ate a bag of Flaming Hots today. Somebody just ate some Fritos. Hey man, it is what it is. It's cool. Okay, everybody has their vices. Nobody's perfect. Okay, but the fact that you are putting your willpower, energy, and direction. That's what a wand stands for. Okay, your phallus, your penis. Willpower. If you have a penis, your penis is your wand. Willpower and energy, direction. Okay, wand. You're putting your wand. It's not going into her stomach, but she feels that sensation. If you've been blessed by the universe, then you absolutely can take advantage of this. Okay, because if she can feel if her nerves are being activated, if she feels the sensation as if you are going inside of her stomach where her diet resides, you have to take advantage of the situation. Okay, because this is where her diet resides, bro. This is where she gets these gut feelings. Um this is where her connection from her body to the universe begins. In Taoism, they believe that you generate energy through the breath, through specific breathing techniques. You build this energy, send it to your heart, visualize it in your heart, visualize it in your third eye, then it goes to the universe. What do you think is going to happen if you plant those intentions from your wand, willpower in the energy direction, fuse it with her, especially if you like her a little bit or love her, excuse me, and you put it in her heart, now you got her mind. I mean, of course, you should have had her mind before, but now you have this specific angle. Now I'm gonna make a side note. Side note: a woman's body is engineered to only have sex with somebody who she feels comfortable procreating with. This is why women get moist. This is why women produce fluids. Okay, these fluids, this wetness, is to encourage the sperm to travel to the egg faster. Okay, so a woman's body is not engineered to have a child with someone who she would never consider having a child with. And if she does do that, it's because she was thinking about someone else. For example, one of my mentors told me that if a woman, performs oral sex on you and she doesn't get, moist, wet, she's not really that into you. And if she does and she's not really that into you, she's thinking about that guy who she wants to have a baby with. Women typically don't mess with dudes, even if, let's say, it's not even on a subconscious level. It's a genetic thing. It's a biological thing. Okay, it's not like you have a one night stand and blah 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 blah. Even if that did happen, this woman is assessing you to the on a basic level. Okay, this man probably has a car, probably doesn't live at home with his mom, probably has a job, and if somebody came up to me right now and slapped me on the booty, he would get it popping and I would be protected. I'm not saying all women are that basic, but on a basic level, if she did have a one night stand with you, even if it was just out of boredom, you fit that criteria, bro. You didn't creep her out, and you don't. She doesn't believe that if she accidentally had a child with you, that you would raise a whole bunch of creepy, weirdo, you know, sexual predators. So going back to this whole stomach situation, putting you activating these nerves in her stomach, you activating this chaos in her stomach is very important. And this is why I tell you guys to detach yourself when you are, sexually engaging with these women, bro. Because you can ask these certain questions, slip them in, you feel it in your stomach, oh, I know you like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, with that, we go to a place where we need to understand what chaos is. Now, if you watch Young Pharaoh, he speaks against the phrase, from chaos comes order, okay? Which is oftentimes associated with Luciferians, oftentimes associated with Satanism and all the negative powers that be, in this world. From chaos comes order is actually a Kemetic phrase that refers to noon or the primordial soup, the water, that existed before all, the water that existed before Ra, that was simultaneously existing with, that Horus energy, that Thoth energy, these Christ-like energies, right? So what this means is, what chaos is, the definition of chaos, my definition, my interpretation of chaos is everything and nothing. Okay, God, we are all extensions of the diamond of God. And when I say diamond, think of this phrase as a monopolytheistic phrase. We all have our understandings of God. We are all separate but one. So we take an entity like Lakshmi, a Hindu entity. We take an entity like Thoth, and then we take an entity like Ogun. They are all separate interpretations of one piece, which we know as God. You and I are all separate interpretations, extensions, if you will, of God, bro. So with that, we are all chaotic. Women being more chaotic because they are the base of human beings. They are the base. They are the what's the word I'm looking for? They are the I just made a video about this. They are the I don't want to use the word starter kit, but of course we all know during the process of birth, a woman being pregnant from day one to month nine, we all start out as human. We all start out as females, and if you're a man, you eventually grow man parts, and if you're a woman, you stay like that. Okay, we'll just say the base form. The base form of human beings is man. The base energy of this world is femininity. Okay, so women have more chaotic energies. Women have more creative energies inside themselves. Creativity comes from emotion and experience. And of course, women typically have more emotions and women typically have more experience, and they experience time differently, okay, than men. They have different senses. Their sense of smell is a little bit stronger, and their sense of sight, vision, is a little bit weaker. But they typically have less problems with their vision than men. All right, and they live longer because they communicate more. Okay, again. So from chaos comes order. So with this, let's take this. When two people, let's say two men, when two men come into a room, what is automatic, no matter where they're from, no matter if one person is a Jewish guy from Israel and one dude is, a businessman from Chicago, one person's automatically going to become the leader, one person's automatically going to become the follower. But before all of that is completely established, there are going to be rules, laws, and order that come into play. Both of these men are chaotic. Both of these men can only tell as much as they need to tell from the small amount of interaction that they have. Okay, they can only tell so much about each other, but what they know is we know not to do certain things. There are certain cultural boundaries that haven't been. There are certain things, boundaries, that come from their separate cultures that they don't know exist. But eventually, it's gonna be established. We know not to call each other specific names, but some of us don't know. But when the time comes, the information will be given, right? That is a great example of what from chaos comes order means. Okay, and all this chaos, all this energy, a lot of it can be solved with improving your diet, improving the intentions that you have when you have sex. Okay, and improving your your breath, your breathing patterns, your air. If you don't have clean air in your home, I saw a meme. This is before Facebook even came out. I think it was in one of my textbooks when I was a little kid, but it was a comic. It was a comic. All right, in a textbook. Let's just say that it was a comic, and in the first square, there were two guys standing on the corner, and they were talking about something, and then the guy was like, "All right, man, I'll see you later." And the third slide, the guy was like, "Where you going?" And the fourth slide, he was like, "I'm going inside. I need to get some fresh air." You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have clean breathing air in your home, you need to make that a priority. If you have a cat, if you have pets, if you have animals in your home, you need to have circulation in your home. Okay, that's one thing that people institutionalized can't control. Okay, if you can't control the quality of your air, you are institutionalized. You're institutionalizing yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're harming yourself. You need to put some basil in. You need to get an oil burner. Put some citrus juice. Okay. You might slice a lime or a lemon in half. Add some water. Put some pink Himalayan salt, basil, sage. I like to put sage in there, and get you some 9 hour non wax candles and just burn it. And I like to put a little cinnamon stick inside it, and I flip it every other burn, and just let that cleanse your air. You know, I do that about once a week. Even if it's cold, bro. Even if it's cold, open those windows. Put a jacket on. Okay, clean your home. Keep that air. The most important. That's why my brand is called Life is in the Breath. Life is literally in the breath. If you believe that you can speak what you want into existence, don't you think the air quality in which you speak it into should be as clean as your body or as clean as your intentions? How are you going to speak something positive into existence if what you're breathing in to speak it with is not clean, bro? That's why a lot of people ask me, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? What'd you eat for breakfast? Noodles. You ate ramen noodles for breakfast? Yeah. You need to, first of all, you need to put in a couple more hours. Stop eating Wendy's on your break. Eat some pineapples and drink at least 30 ounces of water before 12 o'clock. And then come back to me and ask me that question. You see? So you need to understand that you have multiple brains. You have more brain cells in your body than you understand. You have brain cells. There's, and this is where we get the term. Because I was gonna go somewhere else with this, but this is where we get the term muscle memory. And like I said, if you've been watching me for a minute, you probably already heard me say this before. But the term muscle memory is misused. We've deviated from the actual understanding of what muscle memory is. Muscle memory is not you throwing a football and every time you throw it like that and you stand like this and you got your posture right, you can do it effectively. That's not what muscle memory is. Muscle memory, I'm gonna give you an example. Muscle memory, for example, is if you if you got bit on your ankle by a small dog when you were 8 years old, and you go over to your friend's house and he has a little Shih Tzu, and he's like, bro, why are you so uncomfortable around small dogs, but you're okay with my German Shepherd? And you're like, I don't know. Now, if the trauma was that bad, your subconscious mind will block it out. There's a lot of memories that you have that you've blocked out that have been significant or insignificant. So even if it was at an age where you should have remembered, you probably have blocked it out. Why don't I like cats? Because the first 5 years of my life, my grandma had a cat that would attack me all the time because she got these jacked up cats from these jacked up shelters. So now I don't like cats. I'm not afraid of them and I don't hate them. I just don't like them by me. Okay? But if you meditated, let's say this friend says, no, that's a reason you don't like small dogs. Sit down and meditate. And the friend says, I get this tingling sensation in my ankle. I don't know why. Or let's say nothing happens. And he calls his friends up. And he's like, bro, my ankle's been hurting. I don't know why. I've been, taking it easy. The reason why his ankle's been bothering him is because he's been meditating on where this pain comes from. Because these muscles that we have hold information. You get your heart broken, your heart actually holds this information. Your chakras actually hold, we call them seeds. Your chakras actually build these seeds. If you have a lot of bad seeds, if you really want to know if you have a lot of bad seeds, empower your root chakra. Empower your root chakra with sunlight, moonlight, earth, air. No, don't do fire. Do sunlight. Sunlight, moonlight, earth, air, and water. And if you start to breathe energy, positive energy into your root chakra, sit around, you might just feel sad for no reason. You might just remember the time when your mom whooped you for doing some stupid stuff. You know, these are seeds that need to be burned. They need to be cleansed. They need to be purified. They need to be loved, and they need to be cracked open and burned. Okay, this is why I said don't do fire. Don't burn it before you understand it. Okay, I'm not gonna say his name, but there's a I forgot the process. But don't block it out. Don't block it out. Think about it. Meditate on it. Let it run through you. Let it run through you. Embrace it. Because, like this one guy said, he's under fire right now, and I don't want to align myself with his vibration. But I will say that he has a brilliant phrase that goes, reliving is relieving. A lot of you guys like to block things out, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. Let's change the subject. No, don't change the subject. Think about it, because the more that you go through it, depending on who it is, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But the more that you go through it at times, depending on what it is, if anything reminds you of that in life, you won't be so easily triggered. I know somebody right now that if we watch a movie with, domestic violence in it, hands start shaking, start sweating, pupils get dilated, because she doesn't want to talk about it, because she doesn't want to go through it. They have a technology out right now where they take army veterans who have PTSD, and they put goggles on them and slowly reintroduce them to that setting, seeing people getting shot, seeing people getting blown up. Excuse me. I've been listening to too much Young Nudie and 21 Savage, and some of them it works immediately, and some of them they have to come back and back and back, and they turn the intensity down, or they turn the intensity. Okay, I'm ready. Turn the intensity up, and they help them meditate. Now, nothing that we do as man is going to be 100% effective. Some people are going to slide, back. Some people are going to get worse. Some people are, but I think it's important that we do not ignore these problems, bro. We don't, I think it's important that we address these issues and be forward thinkers. People ask me, Aaron Moses, how did you beat your anxiety? You know how I beat my anxiety? I made it worse. Then I put myself in the same situation that gave me anxiety. You know what? You know what makes everything worse, bro? Anything that doesn't make everything better. What does that mean? Alcohol, drugs, unhealthy food, unhealthy relationships. You know what made my anxiety? Now, I smoke weed and drink right now. But you know what made my anxiety significantly worse? Weed. Cannabis. Cannabis made it worse. When I would smoke right before I went to work, I would get on the 87. Shout out to Atlanta. I would start shaking for no reason. And I'm sitting there high, listening to my little Gucci man. Why am I shaking? Just because I saw the bus come around the. No, that was the five. The five for some reason gave me real bad anxiety. I would see the bus coming around the corner. I would just start shaking for no reason. And then I put my money in, get on the bus. I'm cool. Got to Dunwoody Station, got on the train, got to Lindbergh Station, walked to Smashburger. I would be cool. But I linked my anxiety to me having these toxins in my body, having that weed in my body. And then I kept smoking, kept smoking. Anxiety got worse, got worse. Then when I sobered down, I was like, all right, all right, all right. How about this? When I get to work, then I'm gonna smoke. Yeah. Same thing. Same thing. It would just make me depressed or stressed when I was sober. Then I would get high. Then I would be too high. Then I would be messing stuff up. Then I would get off work. Then I would smoke and be good. And I'm still, why did I have so much anxiety? Why was my eye contact so weak? Why was I speaking so low? Why was my posture? I had to, please check your posture. I had to do that all day. Why? made my anxiety worse on purpose when I figured out why. Stop taking showers for 3 days. I feel better when I'm smelling good, smelling like some dose, smelling like some issy, smelling like some money oil straight from Alchemy Arts. But when I purposely put myself in these positions, when I purposely had my hair looking all crazy, and I just took I'm braiding my stuff, I'm braiding my hair today. I plan on, I might not, but when I would purposely make myself smell undesirable, when I would purposely look like I wanted to be alone, but then still try to interact with people, that's how I healed my anxiety. When I understood that energy is everything, I understood that as long as I'm interesting and interested, people are going to eventually not smell what they initially smelled and not see what they originally saw. When I understood that nobody cares, so I shouldn't care, then I healed myself. Then I stopped smoking weed. I understood I didn't need to be, I didn't need to be inebriated to be interesting and interested. When I understood that this is this is masking what is actually there, because people can always see. But if I'm high, of course you're gonna put up these walls and these blocks, and it's not even gonna be intentional. But that consuming is gonna be intentional. Everything else that happens after that, it's not really your choice. It's the drug's choice. Okay, it's the toxin's choice. So we have to understand that what what we place inside of our antennas or our buckets for some of us is just as important as our base form. It contributes to it, bro. You're changing your genetics. You're altering. Think about this, bro. Let's say you're 18 years old right now. Somebody says, "Look, I'm gonna give you this $2 million, and I want you to buy everything that you can to alter your genetics to make you the best babies that you can. You can't choose the woman or the man that you're gonna make this child with. But if you could buy anything that is gonna alter your genes, and you have 3 years to do it, 3 years, no, 7 years, 7 years, okay? You have 7 years to do this. What are you gonna choose to alter your genetics? Are you gonna buy, are you gonna buy cigarettes? Are you gonna buy beer? Are you gonna choose to live in a dusty house that smells like permanent markers and piss and foolishness? If you can do that with money, why wouldn't you do that free? Why wouldn't you invest in your environment free? And no, of course, nothing in life is free. It takes time, energy, patience. But you gotta sleep here. You have to eat here. You have to sit here. You have to socialize here. You have to meditate here. And when I say here, I'm talking about your body. Okay? It's temporary, but you're making permanent decisions every day. Don't let these temporary moments jack up your permanent decisions, bro. Because yes, all these things add up. Okay? So, number one, life is in the breath. Number two, please check your posture. Check your posture, bro. Your posture is your spine, man. How you stand, how you present yourself, man. How you walk. You can't breathe correctly if your posture's off. You can't dab correctly if your posture's off, bro. You're gonna look stupid. If you try to dab and your posture's all messed up, check your posture, bro. Okay? And what is your posture? Your posture is your diet, your breathing habits, who you socialize with, where you put your time, man. That's your posture. Everybody could tell how you walk, how you stand, how your muscles are set up, how good your posture is, bro. What is your posture? Again, how you breathe, what you eat, who you socialize with, and where you direct your attention. You ever seen somebody, they're all looking at the floor. You don't even look. You don't even look. You don't even have a focal point. You don't even have a focus point when you walk. You walk and you look at the ground and you count the gravel. You ever seen somebody, they got their hands in their pockets with their thumbs out, looking all sad, walking like this, slumped over, like, bro, I could just run up on you and take everything right now and you would have nothing to do about it. It's nothing you could do. All I have to do is kick the back of your heels and you'll be done. Because you're already halfway on the ground looking at the ground. I usually don't I usually don't look where I'm going when I walk. People usually just move out my way. People move out your way because they don't want to be by you. Because you're looking at the floor when you walk, bro. Did you look at somebody who's looking at the floor like, hey, he probably knows all the plugs? No, he probably doesn't know all the plugs. He probably attracts a lot of predators. Probably. So, man, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure that you put it in their stomachs for the men and for the women. And make sure that you please check your postures. Okay? And again, what do we learn? Wand? Take care of your wands, man. Put your wands in their stomachs, man. Get in them guts, man. And ladies, get in these men's guts. Go on YouTube and find out how to. I mean, I don't eat fried chicken, but how to fry chicken properly. How much salt and pepper you should be putting on a steak. The best steak I ever made, the best steak I ever ate in my life, just salt and pepper. I think it had a little bit of basil or something on there, something like that. But it was just salt and pepper, bro. Just salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Go on YouTube. You do all of this laughing and goofing and watching all this goof. Recipes, man. Recipes. Simplicity. Simplicity is the best recipe. Get in his guts, man. Get in her guts. Let's get in each other's guts together. You feel me? But you gotta have the right posture, man. So check your posture, bro. Alright? That's it, man. It's Aaron Moses. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together. Make sure you like this, share this, comment, subscribe, share this. Shares are free. I don't ask you guys for anything financial. Just share. Shares are free. Jump in your friends' DMs. Share this if you think they need this information. If you think they need to check their posture, share this, man. You already know I'm trying to get that following like King Solomon. So make sure that you do your part. That's it. Peace.